The Last Jedi is going to be ass. Ass. It's going to suck. It's going to be even worse than Rogue One and The Force Awakens. Like, seriously, when you look at the content of the actual trailer, there's nothing. What the hell is the plot? They don't tell us the fucking plot. They just give us little glimpses of nostalgia, and they're still using the same fucking theme from 30 years ago. Why don't you give us a new theme, a new soundtrack? They don't. They just give us little glimpses while playing nostalgic themes. I mean, seriously? Is this all you have to show for? Is this all you can get people? Is this all you can do to get people in the theater? By playing stupid nostalgic themes that are so fucking cliche at this point in the Star Wars franchise. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. You just keep showing us little glimpses of shit we've already seen before. Shit from the last movie. Come on now. What's the fucking plot? What the hell is the purpose? Why should we go see this movie? Why? I mean, seriously, they show a scene that almost mirrors, the entire fucking trailer nearly mirrors the first trailer or one of the trailers from the Force Awakens. It nearly mirrors it exactly. It's almost exactly like the Force Awakens trailer. If you look at them side by side, they're almost exactly the same. If you compare the X-Wing scene where they're like flying and shit, and you compare it to the scene in this trailer where it's like not X-Wings, but they're flying in a sequence towards something, it's almost exactly the fucking same. Can they not make anything new? Are they so brain dead that they have to recycle movies that was literally made like 2 years ago, or not even 2 years ago, a year and a half ago? Are they that fucking brain dead? Are they that stupid? Can they not make any new ideas whatsoever? Do they have to literally cookie cut everything? Do they have to use the same repetitive formula for everything, including their trailers? Imagine what the movie's going to look like, for fuck's sake. And all you Star Wars dick riders that are actually praising this trailer as if it's some sort of accomplishment to add some sort of epic soundtrack to your trailer. No, look at the actual content of the trailer and tell me this isn't absolute shit. Oh, they used nostalgic music in the trailer. Oh, it's going to be so good, guys. How does using epic music in a trailer make it good, you dumbass? Like, seriously. Serious fucking Lee. Can Hollywood not make anything original? Can they not make any new fucking ideas? Are they that brain dead? Is their marketing team really that influential on the script writers? Can they not make anything that doesn't have to do with some sort of stupid statistical chart made by marketers? They're just doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, that's basically what they're saying. You morons are actually liking the trailer. There's like 3,000 likes and 200 dislikes on the trailer I saw on YouTube. How does that make any sense? They fucked us over 2 times already. And you guys are still seeing it because of the brand name. Just imagine if this movie was just some regular ass movie and didn't have the Star Wars brand name attached to it. Imagine how dumb it would be. It would be on the same level as Resident Evil. It would be on the same level as the Resident Evil franchise, for fuck's sake. And you guys keep lining up to see this film like a bunch of mindless zombies just watching this. Oh, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. I mean, what the hell? Okay, it's a Star Wars movie. We fucking know that. But what about this movie will enrich your life in any way whatsoever? I mean, seriously. The Last Jedi will be the worst movie of the 21st century. Have you seen the trailer? Have you seen the characters? Have you seen the lines within the trailer? It looks like absolute shit. Even Mark Hamill, even his delivery is off. Everything about the trailer is just absolute shit. Why the hell? This is like the prequels. This is like 10 times worse than the prequels. Have you seen this stage? Have you seen the sets? They look like fucking CGI crap. They look like a video game fucking cutscene. It doesn't look real. Nothing in the movie looks real. The lines don't sound real. The characters aren't believable. Nothing in the movie makes sense. And you morons are still going to watch this movie. You're still like, yay, Disney, they're making a new Star Wars movie. You don't say they're making a good movie. You don't say they're making a clever movie. You don't say they're making a creative movie. You're saying they're making a Star Wars movie. And just because of that, it's a good movie. No, it's not a good movie. Just because it's Star Wars doesn't mean it's going to be a good movie. The movie, it's absolute shit. It looks like shit. It's going to be shit. It's going to be the worst movie of the 21st century. It's Disney's arrogance. They're arrogant. They just create the same shit over and over again. But no, they don't even create anything. They just steal people's ideas and rewrite them. It's just copy and paste, the same shit every year. This is the reason why Hollywood is just using other people's ideas, because it's risky making new ideas. It's risky making new stories, because that might not be profitable. But I mean, capitalism, it loves predictability. I mean, capitalism, businessmen, they love predictability. If they can predict shit, then they will make the movie. If they can predict that they're going to make a shit ton of money, then they're going to make the movie. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So if you're making an actual original movie, you don't know if people are going to go and watch it. This is what George Lucas did. He didn't know Star Wars was going to be a big hit because it was a risk. It was a risk. But with these remakes, they know what's going to sell. They know what's not going to sell. They know if they remake the same shit over and over again, then they're going to make a shit ton of money. It's as simple as that. If they use a brand that's already been popular, there's no risk involved. Hey, we're going to make money regardless if this movie is good or bad. They're going to make money regardless if the movie is shit. Because they already know the demographic. They already know the movie's already a success. The last movie was already a success, so they're going to make another one that's going to be a success. That's why you morons, you can't actually see what the hell they're doing. They're just making the same piles of bundled up bullshit and putting it on a film reel, and you guys are just watching it. Why stop watching these remakes? Just boycott Hollywood. Go to 1, 2, 3 movies. Go to Netflix at least. Go to Netflix and wait until it hits Netflix. Don't watch this movie in theaters. Don't give the theaters the money. Because the movie looks like absolute shit. It's fade to black. They play little dramatic music, fade to black every 10 seconds in the movie trailers. And we've gotten to the point where not even the movie trailers are original. Not even any aspect of filmmaking is original at this point. It's all just each studio just copying off of each other. Just desperately trying to copy off of each other. Like, come on now. We can't get one thing original. We can't get one fucking movie that's original. We can't get one original idea. At least copy off of a book or something. Don't copy off of other movies that was made like 30 years ago. And if you want to make a new movie, at least change it to enough to where it's not extremely similar. Like, come on. And if you're going to copy off somebody, at least label as a remake. Don't label as, oh, it's an addition to the story. No, it's fucking not. You're just looping the story around. You're just degrading the last 6 movies by saying, hey, everything's back the same. Nothing in the last 6 movies even gave a fuck. It didn't matter at all. So you're saying, oh, we're back to square one. Luke Skywalker is a bum. And Rey, she's the last Jedi. And in the last, in episode 6, Luke was the last Jedi. But now, oh, look, Rey, she's the last Jedi. So basically, we're back to fucking square one. They're just looping the story around over and over and over again. And we're just going to keep watching the same shit. It's just the same bullshit. Every single movie, they're just going to loop itself around, and then the next movie will be copying off of episode 6, and then they've already got billions of dollars by then, and 5 years after the trilogy is released, people are going to say, hey, maybe these movies weren't as good as we thought they were. Maybe it was all hype. Maybe it was all hype that led us to these movies. And people are going to look to videos like me who actually did a proper review of the movie and weren't just blinded by hype and nostalgia on the Star Wars franchise. You're going to be like, hey, maybe the movie wasn't as good. Maybe it was just a remake. Maybe the character development didn't make any sense. And this is going to be like 10 times worse than the prequels. You could tell it looks like a fucking Hollywood graphic. The thing looks like one fucking Hollywood graphic. It just looks like shit. Even the fucking dialogue sounds computerized. It's like they just did it all in one fucking take. It's like they didn't even fucking try. It's like they just one write-up of the script and like, okay, you're going to say this, you're going to say that, you're going to say this, just wing it. And then they even fucking rehearse it. It just sounds like shit. The movie just sounds like shit. Don't watch this movie if you have any sanity, or if you want to keep your sanity. Don't watch this movie because it will be a huge disappointment. I'm telling you, I'm basically telling you that this movie will be trash. It's going to suck ass. Okay, here's the reason why I have not seen The Last Jedi. I am boycotting it. I am not watching it in theaters. I refuse to participate in a corrupt corporation that is ruining the filmmaking industry and is driving up prices in theaters. They're only giving the movie theaters a 40% commission for screening the movie. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Disney will start a trend of all Hollywood movies doing this. And soon you'll be paying $50, $60 per movie theater ticket. It'll be like video games, except it only lasts 2 hours, okay? It's a scam. It's a scam. Anybody who's throwing their money to see this pile of filth is not a real Star Wars fan. And I'll say it just like that. You're not a real Star Wars fan. The movie's garbage. And anyone with an ounce of dignity and doesn't like being conned each year will see it online for free. Go to sites like 123 Movies, and I'm sure they'll have it in a week or two. They probably already do have it. And when they do have it, then I'll make my review. This movie was absolute garbage. It was literal trash. I couldn't even stomach it. It wasn't watchable. It was boring. The editing was slow and didn't make any sense. It kept jumping back and forth over and over again. It was a mesh between episode 5 and episode 6, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Nearly 25% of the dialogue in the film was stolen from the original trilogy. Nearly all good aspects of this film were stolen from the original trilogy. It's not watchable. It's predictable. Oh, Snoke dies. Who could have seen that coming? Everyone. Oh, Rey doesn't turn to the dark side. Who could have seen that coming? It's a weird mesh between episode 5 and episode 6. It's weird as heck. It's just like the first half of episode 5 and then the last half of episode 6 combined into one movie. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Who's writing this? Nobody. They're just stealing ideas and just rewriting it into this so-called film. It's garbage.
It's absolute garbage. I couldn't even watch it. I had to turn on my phone and just scroll through. It was so boring because it's so predictable. There's no tension. Even in the scenes where you think there's tension, there's no tension. And if you like this movie, you're an idiot. You're not a Star Wars fan. People are saying this is better than The Force Awakens. You're an idiot. It's like 10 times worse than The Force Awakens, and The Force Awakens was 100 times worse than the prequels. This movie, at least you could watch The Force Awakens and not want to fall asleep within the first 10 minutes. This movie's just utterly insane. It's like they're not even trying anymore. Like, nothing in this movie's original. Nothing. Zero, zilch. Every line of dialogue was stolen or ripped off from some aspect of the original. Every single aspect of this movie that is even watchable was stolen from the original trilogy. I mean, George Lucas, he should sue. He should sue for copyright. Like, what the heck? What the heck? Like, this movie is just a joke. It's just an absolute joke. I couldn't stomach it. It was like Star Wars was being torn right from my hand. I mean, Star Wars was dead after The Force Awakens, but this is just putting the icing on the cake for how dead it is. Like, what the heck? What the heck? Snoke. What is up with him? He looks like total trash. Whoever, what rendered? What machine was he rendered on? Was he rendered on Windows 98? What is this? 2001? Like, why does he look so cheap? He looks so cheap. He looks so fake and flimsy and plasticky and ugh. It's like, what? It's like they're not even trying to immerse you into the story. They're just trying to appeal to their audience as much as possible. Appeal to their audience by shoehorning Yoda, by shoehorning Luke, by shoehorning nostalgic dialogue, by shoehorning R2-D2, by shoehorning C3PO, by shoehorning Princess Leia. They're shoehorning all these people because they know not one person would be in the movie theater if Luke, Leia, and at least some of the original cast wasn't in it. Because the new cast sucks. It sucks. The Asian person, the Asian girl, she is so annoying. Like, seriously, she is so freaking annoying. I couldn't even stomach the scenes she was in. Her character is a definition of annoying. Like, it's just the epitome of annoyance. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I gotta go through one whole movie with her again. And who knows what the next movie's gonna be. It's probably just going to be a Death Star or a Star Killer Base 2.0. They're gonna blow up the Star Killer Base, and then the end is just gonna be the next movie. We already know how it's gonna end. They're gonna make a Star Killer Base 2.0. They're gonna blow it up. Rey's gonna verse Kylo Ren. Rey's gonna win. There's gonna be maybe Finn. He'll marry the Asian girl. I don't remember her name. And then Rey, she'll become a Jedi Master or whatever. And then Luke, he'll mentor her as a Force ghost. Just more ripping off of the original trilogy. Stuff we've seen before, but for some reason, it'll make billions of dollars. Billions upon billions of dollars. This cheap, flimsy, bottom of the barrel, $5 bin movie will make billions, while good movies make close to nothing. And you morons will continue to give them your money gleefully. And they are driving the movie industry down to the ground. Why don't we just give Disney all of Hollywood? It's no longer called Hollywood. It's called Disneywood because it's owned by Disney. They own all the movies. They own everything. So we might as well just give it to them. They're a huge conglomerate monopoly. They don't actually set out to make a good movie. They come out to make money. They buy franchises. They run it down to the ground. And then when the franchise is used up, then they sell it off for a fraction of the price. They've already made their profit back tenfold probably off of merchandise, marketing, and ticket sales. And let's not forget DVD sales and what have you and whatnot. It's a shoo-in. There's no challenge for them anymore. They own Hollywood. They own the entire entertainment industry. It's a joke. It's a joke. Are we going to just sit here and act like Star Wars isn't being run to the ground? Are we just going to sit here just because they dangled some nostalgic scenes in front of our faces and shoehorn some nostalgic dialogue from our favorite characters? We're just going to sit here and act like they're not running our favorite franchises down to the ground. Ooh, C-3PO, he said, the probability of that is 3001. And the version of the movie I was watching, it was bootleg, and people actually laughed at that during the bootleg recording. I was like, what? That's funny? I mean, real Star Wars fans, how could you laugh at that? Real Star Wars fans have seen the movie, the original trilogy, like 30 times. So they don't laugh at that joke anymore, especially a dumbed down version of the joke. Real Star Wars fans would never laugh at something that's already been done since the 80s or the 70s. You wouldn't, because it's used up. They're just doing it to get the approval of stupid Star Wars fans. Like, come on, the plot of the movie, I can't even think of the plot of the movie because it makes no sense. Okay, so the resistance is chasing the rebellion throughout the duration of the movie. Stuff we've already seen before in The Empire Strikes Back. The last battle takes place on a salt planet. No, see, it's different. It's not a snow planet, it's a salt planet. That doesn't make any sense. You're just taking elements of the movie and just scribbling it out and replacing it with things that look like it. It's a bootleg version of the original. It's if I wanted to see a bootleg version of the original, I just go to my local barber shop and buy a DVD, a bootleg DVD of the original trilogy. I wouldn't want to pay $25 for a movie ticket on a movie I've already seen before. Who wants to do that? What moron would praise this movie? It has a 60%, I believe, on Rotten Tomatoes, last time I checked. A 60%. But the critic rating is even higher. It has like a 90%. Let me look it up right now. It has 93%. Now, if you still believe that 93% of these critics on Rotten Tomatoes aren't being bought out in some way, then I have a bridge to sell you. Like, how can something get a 55% audience score and then a 93% critic rating? That doesn't even make any sense. And their reasoning for it is so bizarre. It's like, oh, it's nice to see a new Star Wars film. 9 out of 10. That's a stupid reason for it. Like, can you tell us what's so great about the characters? Nothing. Nothing's great about the characters, because we've already seen every single character element before. We've already seen a Jedi get trained and go through trials and tribulations. We've already seen a Jedi Master have to come out and shine once more. We've seen that with Yoda, and now they're just replacing Yoda with Luke. We've already seen a Jedi Master in hiding. We've already seen a giant super weapon. We've already seen the rebellion on the run. We've already seen a Sith Lord be tempted to go back to the good side. We've already seen a Sith Lord get cut down by his own apprentice. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's a waste of time and effort. You have thousands of people working on this that spent their time working on this just to make something that's already been made. It's a clone. Let's call it what it is. It's a clone. It's a cheap replica of the original. It's a dumbed down bootleg copy of the original. It's garbage. It's a rotten tomato. It's dumb. It's a disgrace to the franchise. And if they keep making movies like this, there won't be any more money in Star Wars. That Star Wars brand name will be irrelevant. It won't have as much money behind it anymore. People will soon stop throwing their money at it. It has a 55% rating with audiences at Rotten Tomatoes. That means 55% of your, or 45% of your audience will not see the next movie, most likely. Although it may or may not be higher than that or lower than that, we know a significant amount of people will not see the next movie. And this is due to the repetitive, boring nature of the film. Like, there's no interesting characters. Really, the most interesting character for me was Luke Skywalker, or maybe even Princess Leia, who is no longer a princess for whatever reason. It's just torture. It's like watching everything you've seen in the original just get tore down. I mean, why is the rebellion back to being a little band of ships? Like, even in the original trilogy, they weren't just a band of small frigates. They had the Mon Calamari cruisers. They had an entire fleet. But now they're just a small band of cruisers. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's like watching your childhood just get torn to pieces. They should have went down the route of taking the plot from the books, because the books were way better written and had way better character development than this piece of garbage. Hey, or even just go off of the Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy video games. They had a much better plot than this. This is just, of course they're not going to go off of plots that are actually original, because that means they can't capitalize off of the past success.
Applicants on January 1st.
And Rotten Tomatoes is pushing back against claims fake accounts and bots have rated the new Star Wars movie poorly. It says it has security in place to monitor for any fraud and has gone to great lengths to verify the rating's accuracy and authenticity.
All right, a Kansas